Presenting today's endless possibilities with Intel Inside keynote, Mr. Kirk Skaugen, Senior Vice President General Manager, PC Client Group. Mr. Herman Oil, Corporate Vice President General Manager, Mobile and Communication Group. Now, please welcome to the stage Mr. Kirk Skaugen.
Well, good afternoon. Let me add my welcome to Computex. I hope Herman and I give you some exciting news today as we talk about endless possibilities with Intel Inside. I'm going to start by talking about how Intel is viewing the reinvention of the desktop with our partnership here in Taiwan. Second, we'll talk about the two-in-one momentum and some of the amazing new products that are going to come from the new brand introduction we did yesterday with the Intel Core M processor. I'll talk through user experience at Intel and how we're going to revolutionize the world by moving from 2D to 3D and eliminating wires from all computing. And then Herman will be up here to talk about why this is the year you're going to want a tablet with Intel Inside and the tremendous momentum we have on powerful smartphones. You know, if we look at this compute continuum, it's very simple. We think if it consumes electricity, it's going to compute. And if it computes, it's going to be connected to the internet. And so Intel is all about computing and connectivity, and that's our vision. We're seeing silicon innovation driving better products and amazing experiences across all screen sizes. And really, the categorization is something we do just to simplify, I think, our own lives. But from desktops to laptops, mobile devices, and Internet of Things, we've now shipped over 1 billion CPUs with our high-K metal gate transistors. So it's an exciting time. Let me dive into desktop, and let's get right into it. The way we view desktop is it's been incredibly resilient. Certainly, the traditional tower form factor has been declining, but what we're seeing is tremendous opportunities and growth in gaming and enthusiasts, in this new mini category, in all-in-ones, and now even making the desktop mobile by putting batteries behind the display and making even portable all-in-ones mobile. So let's dive into this and see some of the innovation. PC gaming is amazing. There's over 700 million PC gamers worldwide, 27 million users daily online, and the forecast for 2015 is more than $25 billion of PC gaming revenue. If you look at the pictures here, this is one of the events we had to basically showcase the masters of PC gaming. This was in Katowice, Poland. We had over 10 million people watching two people compete for the Extreme Masters Championship live on the internet with over 10,000 people filling a stadium. And I just saw China is now building its first stadium just for gaming with a seating capacity over 15,000. So this is super exciting. Yesterday we announced Devil's Canyon, and we're extremely excited that at the end of the day, this is the community that drives us for performance, that really stretches us to do the impossible. And yesterday, we did what Intel has never done before. We launched a 4 gigahertz base frequency across all 4 cores. And we challenged people with Devil's Canyon to unleash the beast. And what we meant by that is let's go get the world's best overclockers and see what they could do. Well, last night, I'm proud to announce we set a new world record, crushing what we thought was possible, all 4 cores with air-cooled technology running at over 5.5 gigahertz. So congratulations to the team. Just the base system itself is 3 times faster than a 5-year-old PC. And the technology we announced a year ago in this category is already 2 times the performance of an AMD A10 on Spec-Int base 2006. So we think this is a great opportunity for us to continue. We welcome people to challenge us. But what I thought I'd do is just show you what this kind of capability can be. And Craig, why don't you show them what we can do with a Devil's Canyon?
Well, let's unleash the beast, I guess. So as we see here, I have one of the great Devil's Canyon, which is super exciting for me as far as an enthusiast, is this is going to give you the greatest gaming experience that you guys have ever seen. So 4 cores at 4 gigahertz, and that's just right out of the box. So let me go ahead and I'm going to play a little bit of this, which I have as Arkham Origins, and I'm obviously a little Batmanish here. But as you can see, we get some nice volume. There we go.
We need to
And you're running both of those displays 4K off this machine, that's right?
Yeah, here's the amazing part, is that both of these I'm mirroring and literally at 4K. So we want to talk about the performance that we would need for an incredible gaming scenario. We're looking at refreshing 8 million pixels over 60 times a second. So that's the kind of performance and this type of experience that you'll be able to see coming off of Devil's Canyon. Really cool.
Great, well I encourage a number of you after the keynote, come up and play with it yourself. You're going to be absolutely amazed at what Devil's Canyon can do. So it was an exciting announcement. So what's next? Well, Intel wants to bring more people who need more affordable price points into this overclocking world. And so we're also announcing, last year being the 20th anniversary of one of the best brands ever, Pentium, the 20th anniversary Pentium processor edition. And again, this is the first time Intel has ever unlocked a multi-core Pentium processor. It's a 3.2 gigahertz base frequency in an LGA socket, and we're going to enable even lower price points for first-time enthusiasts. So go out and tell your friends, get them on the overclocking bandwagon. So the desktop reinvention is continuing beyond just gaming. In this all-in-one category, we've seen 16% growth from 2011 to 2013. But if you actually get under the covers there and you look at the value price points, we're seeing 27% growth in the $399 to $599 price points. We're seeing 37% growth in all-in-ones sub $399. And we're committed to drive this across all operating systems, from Windows 7 and Windows 8.1 to Chrome now moving into all-in-ones, and even Android. And you can see some of those machines up there. Take a good look at them and get up on stage after the event, and you'll see some tremendous opportunity there. In the portable all-in-one space, we're moving batteries now behind these all-in-ones, and we're moving to something we call multi-user, multi-touch. This is the way we basically get the family back together around a single screen. You can take these devices on anywhere from 18 to 27-inch screens, bring them into your living room, set them down, and have an experience where all 4 people go around the screen and interact together with 10-point touch. We now have enabled more than 170 multi-user, multi-touch applications, whether it's Mahjong or simple chess and checkers. Today, we're excited to announce a relationship with Hasbro. And if you don't know them, they're kind of the iconic family games in the United States. If you grew up playing Risk or Scrabble or Game of Life, these are traditional board games that would be sitting around most US households. Today, we're bringing those same solutions, Risk, Scrabble, and the Game of Life, and adding those to our multi-user, multi-touch applications. So thanks for the relationship with Hasbro. On mini PCs, this is the newest category. And really with mini, what we're trying to do is make the technology so small it almost disappears. We're seeing more than a 50% volume growth in mini PC desktops from 2013 to 2014, now with over 20 designs. And you can see some of the designs up there, more than a 2.5x increase in mini PC designs since 2012. And what's exciting about this is, like we always do working with Taiwan, these PCs are showing up in places we never expected, into Coke machines, into vending machines, into smart signs and smart displays. So it's a great opportunity to see invention in the desktop from all-in-ones, portable all-in-ones, and the mini PC. Now, what about 4K? Well, we believe the desktop is a really unique opportunity to make 4K happen. The 4th generation core for desktop has always supported 4K resolution. You saw the stunning visuals that Craig showed earlier. We have some ecosystem investments we're announcing with Samsung Display today, where our goal is to enable taking the 4K monitor and all-in-one industry and cutting the price in half. So today, we're announcing with monitor vendors TPV and ViewSonic, and all-in-ones MyTech, Wibtech, Loop, ECS, MSI, and HyberTech. What traditionally were $850 monitors on 4K are going to $399 over time. And we're going to see all-in-ones that were traditionally $2,500 or higher down at less than $999 for the holiday. So what I thought I'd do is just show you a little bit of what you can do with 4K. And Craig, why don't we show them what we can do with this new MSI all-in-one?
Yeah, exactly. So we have some great enabled 4K all-in-ones over here. And just like we were showing off with these brand new 4K, the cost of these panels coming down finally enables us to breach over into that experience. All the barriers are gone. So just like we showed, this TPV monitor here, sub $400 monitor, but we're also bringing in sub-$1,000 all-in-ones like this MSI here. But we already showed how impactful that was in gaming. Let's go ahead and take a look at a production scenario. So here I'm in Adobe Lightroom, and I'm actually looking at some amazing high-definition photos. But you can see, as a photography editor, I'm able to get down to individual pixels to work with each one if I have a wonderful monitor that has this high of a quality. But if I want to go ahead and change a brush, when I go ahead and zoom in, and let's go ahead and I have some caves down here, I want to go ahead and change some exposure. But while I want to just go along the coastline here, because I'm able to go ahead and just do this at such a granular level, by the time that I zoom out, it'd be able to give me that ultimate control I've never had before. Really cool stuff.
Awesome. So good stuff. Thank you, MSI, for leading this transition. Okay, well, let's move on to notebooks and two-in-ones. You know, what's wonderful for me at Computex and being here in Taiwan is this is where we unleash new innovations in the industry. And it was Sean Maloney and Johnny Shi from ASUS who were up in 2011 Computex talking about, with second-generation Core, unveiling the Ultrabook category. In 2012, we were here talking about third-generation Core and adding touch penetration. And today, we can sit up here and say, despite all the skeptics, touch has ramped faster on notebooks in 3 years than touch did on a smartphone, than webcams did, even post-Skype, and even faster than Wi-Fi entered the PC. So touch has been probably short of where we initially thought 2 years ago, but is still ramping faster than any technology that I just mentioned. And then in 2013 and 2014, we came about and talked about this revolutionary two-in-one concept with the fourth-generation Core. To recap, our vision is simple. These devices are blurring. We've got great productivity on a laptop. We've got great consumption on a tablet. And our job is to basically go not make people carry two devices, but have a tablet when you want it and a laptop when you need it. We launched the fourth-generation Core just 1 year ago at Computex. Together, we drove the greatest battery life increase in Intel's history. And we doubled the graphics performance in ultra-thin form factors. And it's gratifying for me to see people like Walt Mossberg up saying he should strongly recommend a laptop, strongly recommend, based on the battery life that we were able to achieve together with your innovation here in Taiwan. So what I thought is I'd just show you, we've got now many two-in-ones in the market. What's happening over the last several months? This happens to be a new Toshiba two-in-one. And I think they've done some really innovative in the mechanicals, running Windows 8. You can see it's a pretty outstanding clamshell, but you can move it into view mode. If you're getting your seat reclined in economy class, you probably won't break your screen if you do this. But what's unique about this design is I can move it over here and just attach. So now I can actually stand this here. I can have my keyboard separate, which is a pretty innovative thing. I can turn it this way, and I can have more of an artist's kind of view. And I can even attach the keyboard back separately. Sorry, this way. So that when I put it back into tablet mode, I don't have the feel of the keyboard on the back side. So fantastic job by Toshiba, I think, of really innovating mechanically. Now, if you go to Europe, 15-inch form factors in places like Russia are really predominant. And HP has this beautiful 15-inch clamshell. But again, even in the 15-inch form factor, we're now seeing things move into tablet mode. So if you're going to just do something flat, you've got even a 15-inch convertible that's now moving into the space. And we were just at the retail conference in Europe, and the retailers are loving this because 15-inch is such a big part of their business. Third, I wanted to show you this Fujitsu system. And here it's in a kind of a performance dock mode, so you can see how fast the flying fish are doing. It actually puts it into performance mode. But I can undock it, and Fujitsu has enabled this keyboard, so I can put this back into a keyboard. Now I have a full clamshell PC. But for the grand finale, I guess, let me try to do something I've never done before on stage. I'm going to basically take this thing And I'm going to have the fish go where they belong.
Oh, Kirk, wait. Just kidding. Go ahead.
How's that for a demo? You know, for years I was up here, I had to do server demos, and it was never any fun. So, oops.
It's A-OK.
Okay, great. So that just shows you some of the amazing innovations. And by the way, that's a fan design, so amazing technology by Fujitsu. So the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is 2-in-1 awareness. So what we're trying to do is create applications that are aware that you're in clamshell mode, but change state when you go into tablet mode, because they know you're going to be using a touch interface. So while Craig gets his hands dry for the demo, we've worked with many ISVs now so that when you're in keyboard mode, you have fine-grained buttons. When you flip the tablet over and go into tablet mode, like Craig's doing here, you're going to get a completely different experience. So the whole user interface actually changes.
Okay, so just like that, where we have a stage light, and this is it basically is able to move to a touch-friendly mode the second I go ahead and slap into tablet. But then, be able to go back to my 2-in-1, and it completely changes the experience that I have back to the full controls that I have on the keyboard and mouse as well. But we've also gone ahead and done some gaming. And let me bring this up here really quick. Well, which we have is a brand new Steam game that's out and is fully enabled with this 2-in-1 awareness. It's called Trine, and it's available just when you go ahead and load it off directly off Steam. It'll detect you have a 2-in-1 touch design and is able to automatically bring that up.
Awesome. Okay, good stuff. Okay, well, the other thing we did is last year we talked about Tencent QQ. Obviously, Tencent has, I think, about 800 million or so viewers out there, and they're rapidly growing their video conferencing capability. So last year we talked about high-definition video conferencing on the Intel architecture. What I'd like to show now is a new feature we have called face beautification, that if you're someone like Craig here, you need your face beautified when you're video chatting. Just kidding.
No, I say you're probably right.
So why don't we show them how you would do that and see if you look better or worse after they do
okay, you guys can give me the tell. So, you know, as your normal demo guy, I want to go ahead and make my video conference, but having the power of Core, I'm able to go ahead and use that performance on the fly to go ahead and change my appearance. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. The first one I'm going to go ahead and bring up is going to change my eyes. Maybe I want to bring out these big baby browns here, but let's go ahead and first level. Second level. Oh, it's getting up there. Oh. Too far. Okay, hold on. We'll bring that back just a little bit, but you can see there now, I got a pretty good eye level that I kind of like. The second one is, I'm a demo guy, I could probably use, I could afford to lose a few pounds. So, I'll have some slimming. Oh. That's not bad, I'm going to say. I'm looking pretty good. Now, for you ladies out there, maybe a little bit of rose on the lips. So, and more. Okay, it's not for me. It's not for me, but as you can see, you guys might enjoy something like this. But, and also we have some, I can go ahead and smooth my skin and also go ahead and lighten it as well. So guys, this is all real time. I'm going to disable the render. So, pretty? Ugly. Pretty? Ugly.
All right,
you guys get the gist, but real time.
So software and hardware both making tremendous progress. So what does that mean? Well, I remember standing up here talking about less than $699 designs for Ultrabook. Today, we've grown just from second half of 13 to second half of 14, more than 6x the number of designs in 2-in-1s that are below $699. And we've grown our volume since last Q2 by over 150%. Maybe more interesting is the fact that when we do exit surveys now of 2-in-1 buyers, more than 30% said that they'd not walked out of the store with a 2-in-1, they would have walked out with a premium tablet. So good progress there, and we're now seeing more than 60 2-in-1 designs in the market spanning all the top manufacturers, screen sizes, segments, and price points. So let me just pause and say thank you to Taiwan. If you've been following our public earnings announcements, we've had, despite a lot of macroeconomic issues, we've had record Core i5, record Core i7, record vPro, record Chrome, record 2-in-1, and record touch shipments. So thank you very much, Taiwan. So the momentum continues. And yesterday, we announced the first brand in client in about 5 years at Intel, the Core M processor and the Core M vPro processor. Really, what we're trying to do is make a razor-thin laptop meet a lightning-fast tablet. This is the most energy-efficient core processor in the history of Intel Corporation. And I wanted to share with you a little bit more detail than Renee was able to do yesterday on what you're going to be able to do with this technology. So this is the current 4th generation core, and this is actually the Mac Air design. Amazing motherboard by Apple. Perhaps the smallest motherboard, or one of the smallest motherboards that we did with the current Haswell architecture. What we're able to do with Core M is do something amazingly smaller. How do you like that? So the real question then is, when you get a board that small, what can you do with the weight and the thickness and those kinds of things? So let me be clear. Yesterday we announced the brand. We're on track to have production systems of Core M processor by the end of the year on shelf for holiday. It's targeted at 2-in-1 detachables and fanless 2-in-1 convertibles. And the traditional Core i5, i7 will continue for laptops, notebooks, et cetera. So Core M is really an opportunity for us to get very aggressive and convert a lot of premium tablets and even build premium tablets with the Core M brand. So let me show you what we can do with this. I wanted to go into more detail on what Renee showed yesterday on stage regarding the world's first 5th generation or Core M processor, Ultrabook 2-in-1. This product, quite simply, in my opinion, is unbelievable, and we call it Llama Mountain. So first and foremost, it's a gorgeous PC. This is a reference design we're doing for the industry, but when you detach it, you're going to have a product that's absolutely in another performance envelope versus ARM. At just 7.2 millimeters thin, it's fanless. It's thinner than today's premium tablets from the premium tablet vendors in the world. It's better than a HD display with a Quad HD 12.5-inch display. The pictures are just stunning. And again, it's going to be in a performance class that's absolutely in a category of itself. So I don't know if you can get a perspective of just how thin that is. And I assure you, I don't have fat fingers. Now, we can take this product, and because it has upside on the core processor performance, we can put it into a dock here. And putting it into the dock, we've got a design here that actually blows air now over the front and the back of this fanless design, changes the T-skin temperature, and enables us to add about 4 watts increase of the thermal design point and get more than a 30% performance boost. So what we're showing here is we're completely docked. We've got a desktop mouse and keyboard, and we're actually running Photoshop and a number of other complex tasks here that you would normally associate it with a core processor desktop. So you've got a tablet, you've got a notebook, you've got a dock that enables you to do desktop, all with this amazing product. Now, it is a reference design, so what I'm excited to show you now is, well, what happens when we take these things to market. This is the Wistron product, and they've taken the Llama Mountain, they've started enhancing it with flexible hinge. I can detach it, and again, this is the kind of product that Wistron's bringing to market by the end of this year, early next year. Johnny Shi at the ASUS press event talked about the Transformer book T300 Chi, and we couldn't tell you what was in that, but this is just an absolutely gorgeous design by ASUS. It looks every bit as beautiful as a clamshell, but again, what I'm able to do is detach it. And again, just 7.3 millimeters thin, 12.5-inch display, WQHD display, and 4G, all integrated with a Core M processor. Let me just put my fat finger there one more time. Amazing innovation, and this is the kind of product you're going to see out of the Core M processor. Good stuff? So those are 2-in-1s. We thought, why not go one step further? Why not make something even thinner, something even sleeker? So what I thought I'd show you is what you can do in a tablet reference design. And obviously, these have been running Windows. I wanted to show you what a Core M tablet looks like running Android. Versus premium tablets in the market today, this has 13% more pixels than some of the best displays in the market with a Quad HD display. It's almost 10% thinner than an iPad Air at 6.8 millimeters, and it weighs less than 550 grams. And we think it'll have about twice the performance of an ARM tablet. So 10-inch Core M processor, performance class by itself, running Android. OK, let me transition to another part of the market, and that is something that's clearly been exceeding our expectations. You know, I thought when we entered Bay Trail M and Bay Trail D, we'd have a good run here. But in just a short amount of time, from second half of 13 to first half of 14, the Celeron and Pentium-based products have grown 6x in terms of volume. We now have over 150 designs on Bay Trail M and D, or the Celeron and Pentium processors associated with Bay Trail M and D. 150 designs. Right now, the Bay Trail M performance is the fastest x86 processor in its class at half the power of what AMD's Beema is offering. And we're seeing that momentum swing back strongly in both Windows and all versions of Windows, but in Chromebooks and in Android books. And we're not stopping there. Today, I'm announcing that we'll deliver a Bay Trail refresh for holiday of this year, where we'll take the Intel Pentium N3000 and N2000. We're going to deliver higher performance CPU, higher performance graphics, and cost reductions on Chrome, Android, and Windows 8.1 with Bing. So let me show you the kind of product that we're delivering with this. This is the Acer Bay Trail design. We're going to get this down to $199 for holiday of this year. A stunning value design using Bay Trail from Acer. Congratulations, Acer. So that's on Windows 8.1 with Bing. What about on Chromebooks? Well, as we've publicly disclosed before, we've gone from 4 to over 20 designs on Chrome. We've gone from Chromebooks to Chrome all-in-ones to Chrome boxes. And we're seeing a 2x growth in volume year on year from first half 13 to first half 14. Acer's also announced a Core i3 Chromebook that's going to be at a $349 price point with now a Core i3 processor in it. So it's not just about Celeron and Pentium on Chrome. It's actually just a beautiful machine at $349. You're going to see Chrome boxes down to $179. You're going to see Chrome all-in-ones from LG available for $349. And Principled Technologies just did a report where they evaluated ARM versus Intel and said that there was more than a 50% productivity gain on Chrome using IA versus ARM on things like opening Google Docs, doing basic things like running Hangouts, and on learning apps. So Chrome has momentum, and Intel architecture is scaling from Celeron to Pentium and even Core i3. Thanks to Acer for letting us show that. OK, let me transition now to user experience. And there's 3 things I want to talk about. The first is Intel's vision to eliminate all wires from all computing. The second is delivering a real voice assistant that can help you with your daily life. And the third is transitioning the world of 2D to 3D. So let's dive into it. What do I mean by no wires? We're on a path to eliminate wires for display, an HDMI cable, wires for charging with a charge brick, wires for docking, like USB, and transfers for wireless data, like USB. DisplayPort, all these kind of wires. A true no wires experience. Let me dive into each one of these and explain where we're heading. So first, on Intel WiDi. Intel WiDi is based on industry standard Miracast technology that's now integrated into Windows and Android operating systems. We've had a 65% compound annual growth rate on WiDi in the last several years. WiDi, very simply put, is the world's best Miracast experience. The best connection times to the TV in a matter of a few seconds, the latency that you get, so you can actually do things like play games wirelessly on your TV or monitor, as well as drop times. You don't want to be out presenting and have the connection drop. On receivers, we'll ship 17.5 million TVs or adapters this year, and there's a 45 million installed base now of WiDi receivers out there. And this year, we're going to cross 100 million WiDi-enabled PCs. And for holiday, we'll have WiDi integrated into Windows and Android tablets, fully supporting what Herman will talk about here in a few minutes. And what I'm excited about is the adapter folks are getting very, very aggressive as well. What used to be this big box is now, with Action Tech and their ScreenBeam 2 technology, as simple as plugging this into an HDMI port in the back of your TV, and you're fully up and running with integrated Intel WiDi. So thanks to Action Tech for the work they've done on cost reducing and making this something that we can all work with this year. Okay, so what's after wireless display? Well, the next job is to remove USB cables, HDMI cables, DisplayPort cables. And today I'm excited to show you the first time demoing Intel's Maple Peak WiGig docking solution. What we're going to do is, first of all, our vision is to be #1 in WiGig silicon in the world. We'll be in production by the end of this year with systems launching in 2015. We are going to deliver both the transmit side and the receive side with WiGig silicon. This is going to be ideal for dense office environments. For those of you that don't know WiGig, it's 10 times faster than 802.11n and 3 times faster than 802.11ac. But maybe I can just show you what WiGig is capable of. And again, I'm showing you a demonstration of something that's months away from production, so bear with us. But Craig, why don't we show them what we can do here?
Okay. Well, as you can see, I'm actually have this great Broadwell 2-in-1 system, and I'm playing a video over here. But it wouldn't be great as I'm approaching back to my desk if I was just able to go ahead and throw down my 2-in-1. And just like that, it was able to go ahead and attach up to a dock that I have currently enabled on my desk. So what we have is the WiDi dock. It's enabled down the bottom. It's actually built into this great full HD 1080p monitor. But then again, it's not just the video or the wireless that we're sending over here, but it's all of the connections that I have on my desktop. So again, I have a full great connected view for all my productivity work, but all of the storage, again, my keyboard and mouse that I have here, and everything that I have attached on as far as storage to the dock itself, I can go ahead and pick up just right where I left off. It's
so the WiGig silicon, certainly this is going to get integrated into the notebook or 2-in-1. This will get integrated back into the monitor. You can then have I/O like your external storage, your keyboard, your mouse, all interacting back and forth over WiGig.
Anything you want, you'll never have to plug in anything.
And if you walk away, obviously it'll disconnect, right? How many feet?
About this many.
There you go. Great. So we're excited that the first usage model will be corporate docking, but we've already got notebooks from companies like Dell that are looking forward to getting this technology in as we go into the year next year. So that's WiGig, and that's USB, HDMI, and DisplayPort cables. The next is wireless charging, and Intel has joined the board of a standards organization called A4WP. It's supporting magnetic resonance technology, and that's something that eliminates a lot of the hassles of today's inductive technology. We're very excited about this. The problem with inductive today is you had to have, first of all, had a pad, and you had to have a direct connection with a pad. You had to exactly position your phone or tablet within a few millimeters or it wouldn't charge. So why are we seeing such strong momentum? And let me give you a demonstration of what we're doing here. So what I've got here is just for demonstration purposes. This is an LED field. And I can set it on top of a table that you might see at Starbucks or at your airline lounge. And as you can see, it's basically generating a charge field. Well, how is it doing that? We'll basically design these charging coils into things like charge mats. So you could put these on top of your desk at home. But you can also just very simply mount these under a table. Simple power cable, and you can transmit now with magnetic resonance through 2 inches of wood. And the other benefit of magnetic resonance is it's not one-to-one. So if you're at a table at Starbucks and you want to charge your headset, someone wants to charge their phone and tablet, you want to be able to do that together. So here I've got a wearable earpiece, a Bluetooth earpiece. If you can see, I set that on there. You see, everyone see the blue? Charging. I'll take this Samsung Galaxy phone, and I'll set it on there. And you can see on the screen, can everyone see that? It's now wirelessly charging. I can build, on this Samsung tablet, I can build a cover that actually has the coils built into the cover if I don't want to embed it into the tablet. And I can set that on there and start charging. And where Intel comes into play also is contributing IP to a spec that will ultimately support 20 watts and higher so that your PCs at the airport can get charged the same way as your wearable devices, phones, and tablets. So here we have an Ultrabook reference design. If you slowly set it down, you see the screen size changing there. So it's charging that directly off of there. And very simply, you can see the coil design underneath there. It's sitting under the table and resonating through the table. So from wearable to PC, this technology is coming in a very, very fast way. So what's going on with the standards and what's the call to action if this is interesting? Well, first of all, we're excited that we're actually partnering with Samsung and Qualcomm and Broadcom and Witricity as board members to drive this technology forward. So I think hopefully you see good industry momentum there. You can see the absolutely massive commitment from the industry to go after this, from car manufacturers to PC manufacturers, et cetera. And today, I'm proud to announce a number of new entrants that are either new or will be upcoming in the next few days and weeks with Fujitsu, Lenovo, Dell, Logitech, Foxconn, Panasonic, Asus, and Toshiba, all supporting the wireless charging standard. And if you look up here, I'm going to show you a few of the designs. This is the first ever showing of wireless charging A4WP compliance integrated into a Lenovo Yoga system. So you can see from a Z-height perspective, not a lot of Z-height impact. This is the IdeaPad Yoga. This is the Dell Inspiron convertible, again, integrated with wireless charging capability. This is a Dell Venue Pro 8-inch tablet, integrated with A4WP compliant wireless charging. But you can get into this in different ways. We can build very simple covers for your phones, and we're working with the industry to enable all the phones to have covers that you can add as upgrade accessories. This happens to be an extra battery, but instead of plugging in a USB cable, you just set the phone down on top, and you can be charging just from this extra battery pack. Different charge pads, and this is even a concept clock radio where the charging station is actually built on top of the clock radio, so when you go to bed at night, you just drop your phone down and you're charging overnight. So a lot of innovation to get rid of that power brick. Our vision is in the next generation core processor, after Broadwell, we'll build reference designs to eliminate all cables from Ultrabook and 2-in-1 PCs for wireless display, wireless charging, wireless docking, and wireless display. Good stuff? Okay. So next, let me talk about voice assistants. And we've talked about 2 partnerships with Nuance and iFlyTech. Last year at Computex, we had 4 OEMs shipping voice at Best Buy. Now, a year later, we have 7 OEMs and more than 35 designs going into Best Buy with voice. Nuance's next generation designs are available in 9 languages, 25 countries. We interface with over 170 websites, so you can ask for a dinner reservation, you can look for a movie, that kind of thing. Today, I thought I'd show you the progress we're making with iFlyTech. And today, iFlyTech's launching Udian 2.0. Lenovo, Asus, Dell, Acer, Haier, and Tongfang will all support this iFlyTech solution for China in Back to School 14. 9 Mandarin dialects plus Cantonese, 60 domains supported, video on demand, channel changing with voice, Happy Panda educational software, and even a karaoke scoring machine. This thing will track your singing and give you a score, and you can actually talk about your accuracy and go right out to Tencent QQ and post your score on karaoke. So it's a concierge, a DJ, and a messenger. Let me show you how it works, so take it away.
Okay. Hi, Kirk. You know, I'm come from Beijing, and I will fly back tomorrow. So I want to let Yudian help me check the weather of Beijing. 你好，讯飞雨点。北京明天的天气怎么样？
北京市明天晴转阴 23至34摄氏度，无持续风向小于3级。
Yeah, the weather is pretty good. And tomorrow is also my son's birthday, so I want to order cake for him in advance. 你好，讯飞雨点。我要买蛋糕。
正在打开淘宝。
Yeah, it's a very popular website for to make order. Yeah, a lot of options for me. And now I will try to talk with 雨点猫 nature 猫 human. I will let her count from 1 to 100. 你好，讯飞雨点。你能从1数到100吗
？1、2、3、4、5、6、7，拜托，你还是饶了我吧。
It's like an easy job for her, so let me try if she can help me do some translation. 你好，讯飞雨点。台北是个美丽的城市，用英语怎么说
？Taipei is a beautiful city.
Wow.
Real-time translation.
Yeah. And lastly, I want to give her a very tough job. I will using my Chinese tongue twister to test if she can catch them, right? 吃葡萄不吐葡萄皮，不吃葡萄倒吐葡萄皮。妈妈骑马，马慢，妈妈骂马。100% accurate.
Wow, I'll take your word for that. Thank you. Okay, last but not least, let me talk about moving the world to 3D. We've announced RealSense technology as the brand across all of our 3D technologies. We've purchased multiple 3D camera companies in the last several years. We have a perceptual computing division. And our job is to move the world from 2D to 3D. We have 8 OEMs already committed to this technology to deliver natural, immersive, and intuitive 3D, to capture and share objects in 3D, to do immersive video collaboration with background removal, to be able to interact naturally with gestures, to ignite PC gaming with gesture and voice, and to really make learning fun through augmented reality. This happens to be the first camera that we announced, which you can see is the user-facing or front-facing camera. Incredibly thin, and we're starting to integrate these into notebook computers we'll show you in a second. We've had over 35,000 downloads of our Perceptual SDK, and what we're announcing yesterday and today is the availability of a new SDK which actually includes both the front-facing and the rear-facing cameras available in the third quarter of 2014, as you can see here. So just in a few short months, we'll have a new SDK. The 35,000 downloads were the existing Creative Camera SDK. So I thought I'd just spend a second and talk about this because it is a little bit complicated. So again, the F200 is the 3D camera that's front-facing for the usage models I talked about. It'll span from all-in-ones. You'll be able to see it integrated into all-in-ones up here, reference designs, as well as notebooks. It'll be shipping from the lead OEMs in the fourth quarter of this year. And then in the world-facing camera, or the tablet-facing camera, for detachables and for tablets, we're going to do a different camera. And you can just see how much thinner this is for the tablet design. This is only 3.28 millimeters thick, and we'll have starting shipments and early market availability on this by the end of the year as well. So why don't we show you what is capable with these new designs. Craig, looks like what we have here is everything we've shown up until now is kind of prototypes. This is the first showing of Dell's production system that'll be available with the 3D camera user-facing integrated into that.
Yeah, it's just absolutely built in. And as far as in being user-facing, there's a ton of usage models that are excellent, as well as gesture and gaming, and be able to bring those together. But let's talk a little bit about production here. And what we have is a feature called background removal. And as you can see, I'm actually doing a QQ International Video Conference here with some help with AU's development from Personify. But as you can see, I have this great kind of, no big video chat box around me. I'm not taking up half of your window. I can actually go ahead and collaborate if you guys wanted. This is a rear camera in case you guys wanted to know. that sort of thing. But as far as user-facing, this is completely taking out the background extraction and giving us a really, really great experience.
So to bring you up to speed again, we've had Skype and Link announce support for this for corporate, so you could have a whiteboard behind and have multiple people at the bottom. Today we're announcing Tencent QQ video conferencing support for background extraction, and also Uvu, who has over 100 million video chat users, all supporting this technology in the future. So let's move over to the world-facing camera, or the which really focused on tablets and 2-in-1 detachables, and let's see what we can do with the world-facing camera.
Yeah, so for this level of RealSense, I've actually, we've gone out and created a video clip, which is really convenient for this form factor of tablet. But as you can see, I've gone ahead and bring up my subject footage there. We're actually doing a little movie footage that we have, but here with using depth and information, here's actually what we can do on the fly. So you can see I can actually apply these live filters. Let's go ahead and put in the color pop as I select Mr. Eden there. Love the hat. And as you can see, I'm able to do this. This is something I recorded downstairs earlier, and I can go ahead and actually do this all in post-production because what I captured, all that information is available for me to use from now on. It's pretty cool stuff, and I can go ahead and manipulate that to my heart's content.
Well, there's a lot more usage models you can see in our Computex booth, but in the interest of time, the last demo, I think we need a contestant, so why don't I bring Herman on up here, and we'll see what we can do with user-facing camera. Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
So, Herman, I figure what we go ahead and do is get you started, and one of the great usage models is capture and share. So what we're going to do is we're going to scan your face, and we're going to maybe make some, we could definitely make you an avatar, something that we could post on Facebook, new generation of the selfie. We want to make some Herman action figures is really what we want to get down to. So
I've always been a good guinea pig, so what's up here?
Let's go ahead, and we'll go ahead and give it a try. Go ahead and lean on in there. Okay, and then we'll just start the capture. 3, 2, 1, and Herman's going to turn his head to the side here really quick. Oh, hold on there, Ron.
So,
hold on, we're going to resume it. Pardon me.
so how do I ever get out of this then?
Well, we're going to leave you stuck in there for a second, but I think we got it going on. All right, here we go. Now wait for the 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to turn your head. Okay, just to one side there and back again. Okay. And then we've taken our quick scan, and we're going to go ahead and process it. Now we can go ahead and basically do with Herman's face whatever we want to go ahead and do. So, we have some of our action figures here. So if we wanted to actually take this digital image and make it let me see. Actually, it came out a little bit ugly for a quick and dirty scan.
Yeah, but you have the beautifier. So.
Well, we do have the beautifier. However, I think we can go ahead and salvage this one. So while we're generating our Herman bobblehead doll and action figures, as you can see, we can bring these creations from digital all the way into the physical by doing excellent 3D printing. As you can see, we have some Mooly action figures up here, of course. But if we wanted to really get down to this next generation of action figure, which would be Sir Herman, the Dragon Slayer, we'll go ahead and do something around that. And let's go ahead and see what the final product is going to be. And I can tell because it stopped spinning, it's just about to come up. All right. So guys, a deep and dirty scan. If I had a few more moments, we'd get something that's a little bit more I could sell on eBay. But as you can see, first generation, pretty action-like. I like that one. Not bad, Herman. Pretty cool.
Next time it gets better, and then I do not even give it away anymore.
That you can go ahead and we can merchandise that for sure. But I'm expecting that you probably want to show off RealSense Snapshot, which would be one of the great new tablet-facing usage models. Let's go ahead and move on up front.
Yeah.
So again, like we showed before, Herman, we have a couple of tablets up here, and now using this brand new Snapshot camera.
Yeah,
that's the one right there.
And that supports thickness down to 6 millimeter. So think about this, what that means for a tablet and for phones.
Okay, but as far as we have one of these great new Atom tablets, and it gives me all the performance that I use, the great new features of this camera, and also a great form factor to go out for photography shooting. So when I go ahead and shoot my picture, I have an example like this, but again, captures all of the focal data, every ray of light, that's all available to me as I go into post-production. So if I want to go ahead and focus in on that tire, we want to go ahead and focus in on that guy in the back. We can literally change all of this in post to our heart's content, and that's going to give us a really cool experience. But we don't have to stop there. We can go ahead and pop out, and we have actually some measurement as well. So if everybody plays with the perspective in pictures, but if I wanted to know from one end of this dock to the other, it's exactly 7.15 meters. And I could tell that. So as far as usage model of never having to use my tape measure again, I could go ahead and lay out all the furniture in an empty room. It would be the master real estate agent with all of my properties, and or even tell your guy BS that he doesn't have the biggest fish contest in the world. They always have those big pictures, you know what I mean? But as you can see, that gives us this great, great experience that we have like this.
Once you have such a device, no?
No, that's the beauty of it, is that, well, I have one of these great RealSense snapshot-enabled tablets, is that I can share that experience with everyone. So in this scenario here, we actually have a Windows Atom tablet, and if I was one of my friends, I could post this up to Facebook, and they could have the same experience. As you see, we're actually shifting through multiple areas of focus on this picture, but here's the deal. Anyone can go ahead and use that measurement once I've captured it for them, and it makes them really jealous that they don't have their own tablet, so it's a great way to sell
So
it.
that means you have to have one of those Intel-based RealSense tablets. You take that picture, and everybody else can use it.
And all my friends can be jealous. They can't wait to get their own. Thanks a lot, Owen.
That is a good deal.
All right, thank you.
So let me also, from my side, welcome to that presentation here. I'm happy to be here with you. And what is this all about? It is all about that we bring new experiences to mobile today. And that spans across all the form factors we have. Natural interaction, we have seen the voice assistants, no wires, very much important for tablets and phones, even more immersive visuals. So that is what it is about, what we are bringing to all of our platforms. And if I level this a little bit up, then we at Intel, we design for the future. That is what we do. We really want to have everything fully wireless. Multi-week battery lifetime. Wouldn't that be great? Wireless charging everywhere. Sharing everywhere from every device. Or cinema-like images. Or be that video, be that still, be that display. Just immersive experiences. And on the other hand, with all the compute capability in it, we think that can be really a digital co-pilot across all of our life. Personal analytics, taking care of our health, going and keep care of our wellness, make us more organized. Wouldn't that be good? And yes, transportation, helping us when we are roaming. This is what we want to have. That is what we are innovating for. And this is all enabled by the performance of Atom. And that stands on 3 pillars. This stands first on the best compute perform. True 64-bit architecture. All our this year's platforms are true 64-bit architectures. The second pillar it stands on is global communication platforms. Global platforms. And the third pillar it stands on is, of course, the leading manufacturing technology. Intel continues to push the envelope of Moore's law across this entire planet. These are the 3 anchor points. And let me show you the platforms that we built with this. You have seen that before. I just wrapped this up for you now. This is our performance and mainstream platforms. We are shipping Bay Trail. We are shipping Merrifield, first half of this year. We are just about launching the Moorfield and ramping this up. So it's a second half of 14 product, and the Cherry Trail towards the end of the year. This is the portfolio we have mentioned to you before. And we have also a portfolio for value and entry. Bay Trail entry, shipping this year as we speak, so to speak. Sophia 3G towards the end of the year. It's a highly integrated 3G solution. It has a dual-core Atom in it. Then we have bumped up this performance and bring a Sophia 3GR. This is with more graphics, this is with more compute capabilities, a quad-core solution that comes to our roadmap. And last but not least on that slide, Sophia LTE, again, also with the quad-core Atom. So, and how do we bring this to market? Already today, more than 30% of our designs go off our Turnkey program. And this comes with full support for our ODMs. And when I mean ODMs and when I mean full support, then I mean we support Android and we support Windows. And our Turnkey program brings a master reference design. It brings the tools that our customers need and our partners need, and it comes with the brand support. This is a very important part. And we do this today for tablets, and towards the end of the year, we augment that also for smartphones. By the end of the year, we are expecting more than 25 ODM partners being on that technology, more than 60 global designs coming off it, and shipping into more than 80 countries. And this brings me actually to my next section, and this is to speak a little bit about the performance of those platforms. When I speak about performance, then it is important to understand that we put our full mind to that. Intel brand speaks performance. That is what we see in every survey. And we design for performance, we test for performance, and then we optimize for performance. And let me show you what that means for us. Please roll the video.
The way traditionally we looked at performance was how fast do you run a benchmark? But what we've really evolved to in the last few years is user experience benchmarking. It all started really when the iPad came out. The iPad didn't perform very well on the benchmarks, but when you actually used the device, it felt like it performed very well. When you talk about experience, mostly with a tablet device, that experience is perceived by you through your interactions of touch. You touch the screen, and as you move the finger up and down if you're browsing a web page, or as you pinch to zoom, those kinds of things are very key to have optimized for user experience. We have a whole suite of user experience tests that we've created in-house to extract the user experience from the devices that we test. We spend a lot of time using that data to go and influence our design choices, our business unit decisions that are made on our products. You can go into a retail outlet today and you could see how many CPU cores does it have, what frequency does it have, but it doesn't really tell you anything. Experience is what's key to the end user at the end of the day. When you take the device home, it's your user experience which is going to make you have regret of buying the device or be happy that you bought the device. If they don't have Intel inside, there's going to be a big difference between the performance that we can deliver and the performance that some of our competitors deliver. And then if you add the user experience optimizations on top, it's a game changer.
So every time when I go into those labs, I'm amazed on what we can do with this testing. But before I dive into this, let's just do a real experience. And Chuck is already on stage, so it helps me out on showing you some of those differences, what a real good architecture and optimization means.
Absolutely, Herman. So you've been talking about user performance and user experience. I'd like to show you how Bay Trail really delivers on those 2 points. So the first one, I've got 2 tablets here. I have an 8-core tablet, and I have our Bay Trail Entry 4-core tablet. Now I'd like to show you how we deliver on performance. So I've got an application on here called Sketch Guru. I've loaded the same picture into both. I'd like to show you what it looks like when you put a filter on top of those. So let's go ahead here and do watercolor. Whoops. Now you can see I've started them on both. And you would think that 8-core would be drastically faster than 4-core. But you're going to see that we're actually quite a bit faster with our 4-core. Because our 4-core, it's not just about having number of cores, it's about having cores that work great together. And you can see that we're done, and it's wrapping up here, and it's still wrapping up. Okay, there we are.
Yeah, we have to give it 2 seconds because you hit it 2 seconds later.
I hit a little bit late. So, but again, user experience isn't just about how fast your applications run, it's about how fast it makes you run. So let me give you another example here. Let's go to the home screen here, and I'm going to launch another application. Now, I hate waiting when I launch an application. It's wasted time. So let's take a look at what happens when we launch an application at the same time. Okay, you can see here, again, 8-core, 4-core, but our 4-core is loading that application much, much faster, a better user experience, because now I'm into my application right away.
Whoa. I think that is a...
So, one more demonstration to show you here. Now, here I have 2 tablets. Now, these are both 4-core tablets, right? So, I'm running running a video with my friend Dave here. He's in the back. And we're going to have a video experience with these 2 4-core tablets, but you're going to notice some drastic differences right up front. First, if you'll notice on the Nexus, we don't have quite a full HD screen, but on our Bay Trail tablet, we're running a full HD presentation. And you can tell in the background, we've got much more detail. The Taipei 101, which is totally viewable on our HD screen, isn't even showing up on the Nexus. So we have much more detail, everything's crisp and clear. Look at Dave. Dave looks better on our Bay Trail tablet. Nothing wrong with you, Dave, but you just look better on Bay Trail. And then you also want to notice that if we add motion, you're going to see Dave, when he moves his hand, it's going to pixelate a little bit more on the Nexus than it does on our Bay Trail. So we've got, even though they're both 4 cores, you get a better user experience because we have other things like QuickSync technology and Intel HD graphics to deliver not only that performance, but that great user experience.
So, that is great. Thank you.
Thanks, Ramon.
So these are some examples. And when we do this optimization, then it is very much about digging and diving into the real weeds of the architecture. That is what it is, that complete system breakdown and optimize it for that what a good mobile device really needs. And put the horsepower where the horsepower is needed and keep it lean and sleek where it's not necessary. Otherwise, we couldn't put it into the power envelope, nor could we put it into that what you expect us in terms of cost effectiveness. And that optimization, I want to give a kind of an example on what that means. If I wanted to design a fast race car, what would I do? I would pick a gorgeous engine. I would create a chassis that can carry that engine but isn't any heavier. I would then make that as sleek as possible. And what would I else do? I would put the 4 wheels around it, the right dimensions to have the right grip for that engine. And that is what I would do. So build a real first-class race car. I would not come to the idea to just do, for whatever reasons, 8 cylinders into it, or 8 wheels if you wanted. It wouldn't help me anything. I've at least not seen anybody designing such kind of race cars. And eventually, what that boils down to is, and that is what we have seen before, and that is that even our entry Bay Trail tablet platform outperforms the most recent competition octa-core. That is what that boils down to. You may argue that comparison might be a little bit flawed. Okay, joke aside, but we should also not let ourselves flawed by checkbox features. Rather, think about what that market needs and how technology needs to be done. And then we speak a lot about applications. Our thing is just applications run great on Intel. Whether that is Windows or whether that is Android, they run just great on Intel. And the Android apps just work. We always check more than 2,000 apps and make sure that they have at least equal or better performance on our platforms. This work we do, that is, so to speak, keep you peace of mind. Everything works. And the next step that we do is we work with this ecosystem and bring more and more and more top apps on native. And then it really doubles down on the benefits of our architecture and unleashes the full power of this architecture. So 2 steps, peace of mind, and then double down on the performance. And for this, we have a full developer support that comes with a lot of tools, the SDKs that are needed for deploying this on Windows as well as on Android. This is what we mean when we speak about a complete platform. And now let me speak about our growth. We have announced that we want to ship as many as 4 times as many devices into tablets this year than we did last year. With this, Intel architecture is the fastest growing architecture in mobile. And how do we do that? You may be asking, how are you doing about this? So we currently count more than 130 designs based on our platforms. Last time when I spoke about this, and that isn't far ago, that was the IDF, it was 85. We increased that by 45 in that short time period from IDF to Computex. This is rapid growth. And that spans all the price segments, from entry to performance, and that goes across all Windows and Android. All of them come with great performance, they deliver value for the money, and they deliver choice. Choice for our customers, choice for the end consumers. And let me show you just recently launched devices. This Hall of Fame shows the devices coming from $99 up to $599. And let me just point out a few of them. 2 new consumer education tablets, the KD Interactive Curio Tab, the Fuhu Dream Tab, shipping in the US next week, for example. Or Dell launched 2 Merrifield-based tablets, the Venue 7 and the Venue 8. Or last but not least, I want to mention the Toshiba introduced 2 new Windows tablets and a 7-inch Android tablet as well. So where does that come all from? This comes because our partners help us. We work together with partners to bring this to the market. And we have announced a number of partners at Mobile World Congress, Asus, Dell, Lenovo, or ODMs and verticals, Compal, Prestigio, TechLast, Ramos, KD, Foxconn, ECS, so all of them. And you see here is a spot empty. And I want to announce another one today. And I have the pleasure to announce also a long-term agreement, a partnership with Acer. So, and it is my pleasure that I can announce that we have here as our guest the CEO of Acer, Jason Chen.
Hi, Herman.
Sure.
How you doing?
Hi, Jason.
Welcome to Taiwan.
Very good. And I hear you are really having great products. So can you tell our auditorium here about those great products?
Oh, of course. I joined Acer beginning of this year. And I inherited this wonderful culture to take technology to product to market rapidly at a very rapid speed, neat design, affordable price. Talking about tablet, in fact, we already launched a couple of products in New York City end of last month, actually April. And today I'm glad that we will be able to showcase another product, which is our Iconium Tab 8 product. Quad 8-inch, super bright screen, a wonderful product.
Wow, this is exciting. And I can't really wait to get my hands around it. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Herman, again. Thank you.
Thank you. As I said, our customers help us being successful, and we help our customers being successful. With our global tablet marketing campaign, we reach out to 50 countries, more than 115,000 retail locations, 135,000 channel resellers, 15 billion digital and social impressions. That is the channel. We help our customers being successful as well. And we are launching the first Intel marketing campaign completely focused on tablets. And with this campaign, we help this industry and we help the consumers finding Intel-based tablets and making the right choice. Of course, Intel Insight. So please roll the video. So I think that will make an impact. And now I have 10 minutes left and have not spoken about smartphones. So let me speak about smartphones. On smartphones, we had last year, when I was here, we spoke about the K900 Lenovo. And out of that design, we got a lot of good reputation, good comparisons. And out of this, we built an expanded partnership with a complete portfolio that will come to the market based on our platforms. Last year, I also announced at that stage the Galaxy Tab 3, Samsung using the Intel LTE. And today, I can give an update on this. The Samsung Galaxy Note 3 Neo is also using this platform. So more devices are coming to this platform. And this year, what is missing? China, it's Korea, Taiwan is missing. So this year, I have the pleasure that we have a new family of ASUS smartphones launching in Taiwan and China and Southeast Asia. And it's my pleasure that I again have a high-profile guest for this, the CEO of ASUS, Jerry Chen. So please join me in welcoming Jerry Chen on stage.
Well, thank you for having me here today.
Oh, thank you for coming, Jerry. And I see you had a wonderful show on Monday, and you did a lot of announcements. But I'm particularly curious in two devices, and that is the MemoPad 8 and the ZenFone. Can you say a little bit more about them?
Oh, thank you. We just announced MemoPad 8 with the KDDI. It's a beautiful, lightest, slim, 64-bit, mobile-based tablet with LTE. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that is exciting.
And
you recently also launched your ZenFone, no?
Oh, it's my pleasure. Actually, we recently announced the ZenFone series in Taiwan, China, Southeast Asia. It is incredibly beautiful inside out with an amazing camera that features ASUS PixelMaster technology with ultra-low light sensitivity and stylish, intuitive Zen UI. The ZenFones have a very powerful computing performance. On the screen, you can see that we ran some responsiveness tests in our lab. Here we show that the ZenFone has a response time of 30 milliseconds, which is much faster than all other devices on this chart. That means every time you interact with your phones, the response is really fast. I think the collaboration of Intel technology and ASUS innovation really brings uncompromised experience to your mobile device today. Overall, we empower the Gen phone to deliver premium luxury for everyone. Thank you.
So thank you, Jerry, for sharing this wonderful information and this update with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So when I speak about phones, what is the next? Phones have 100% attach rate. So it's now about speaking about our communication platforms. Our communication platforms, we are shipping for generations 3G, and that continues to be a very successful platform. Today, the 6360. I mentioned that we shipped the 7160 as of Q3 last year. And we are pushing the envelope towards LTE Advanced, 6260. Category 6, 300 megabit per second, full 5 mode. The RF Smarty 4.5, usually a good crown jewel in our platforms, single chip solution for all those 5 radio technologies. And it can do 23 carrier aggregation combinations on one SKU. So this is how we push the envelope also in the communications. And what that means, we even accelerate this more. New devices are coming. Galaxy Note 3 Neo, I already mentioned. Further devices coming, the Galaxy K-Zoom on that platform. And we also spoke already about the Asus PhonePad 7 MeMo 8 Pad. So this is today's generation. But soon, today's generation is 5-mode LTE Advanced, 300 megabit Cat6. We are shipping this to OEMs as we speak for interoperability tests. And this brings me to the next one, and that is the partners, our customers that are using this. Acer, Asus, Dell, we mentioned that before, Lenovo. But we have a new partner using our communication technology, Foxconn. And I again have a pleasure to invite somebody on stage here. And this is young Leo, the GM of the Foxconn Innovation Digital System Design Group. So
yeah.
Thank you for joining me.
Hello. It's very nice to be here. And I didn't bring anything to announce here. I think our collaboration with Intel is for quite some time. And in the past 5 months, we've been working together, trying to deliver choice, performance, and value to bring these 3 things into to consumers. In the last 5 months, we've been focusing on 2 areas. One is to bring out more Intel-based product portfolio. The second is to bring the best-in-class technology to market. Currently, we have more than 200 engineers working on various projects with Intel.
That is great, Yang. And what are these teams are working on?
Oh, this is very exciting. I don't have any product to announce, but I'm very excited to announce that we're going to be working with Intel on the Sophia 3G project. We'll be among the first to bring the Sophia 3G product to the market. And we believe the connectivity is very important and expanding in these emerging countries.
So you're very aggressive in schedule. So that is exciting.
Yeah.
And what else do you have in mind?
Yeah, I think connectivity is something both Intel and us are focusing. And by the end of this year, we're definitely going to bring LTE with more field into the market. And we already got interest from Southeast Asia, Russia, and other emerging countries.
So this is exciting to see the way and the speed with which you move. And I think that you are bringing more choices on the Intel platform to our OEMs and to this market.
Yes,
so
yes.
Thank you very much for your support.
We look forward to working with Intel.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you. So it's now time to summarize. What have we heard today? We heard about the reinvention of the desktop. We heard about the 2-in-1 momentum and the Intel Core M processor. We heard about the user experience across all Intel platforms. We heard about that this is the year of the Intel Insight in your tablet. And we spoke about powerful smartphones. And if I shall sum this up even more for you, then it's very simple. Intel architecture is, as we speak, the fastest growing architecture in this ecosystem. And our slogan is very simple. If it connects, it will connect best on Intel. And if it computes, it will compute best on Intel. Thank you.